Welcome back, aspirants on MacTech 40, and this is the lecture number 5 of our series that the previous year question solution of mains exam of civil service. Okay, and the subject we have started is thermodynamics. Okay, so we are solving mains question of previous year of thermodynamics subject of IAS exam. Okay, and today that is a 2013 mains question, and this question was asked by 35 marks. Okay, so this is very important, but there are some prerequisites before starting the lecture. uh, so I have taken some assumption that you know the basic theory of the power plant vapor power cycle, how the Rankine cycle works. Okay, and how binary vapor power cycle, like one fluid is mercury and another fluid is water. Okay, uh, another thing is TS diagram. So that is this is one another assumption, that is a TS diagram you know very well because you have studied in your 4 years in academic. Okay, so that's a TS diagram basics, like which line represent the constant temperature and constant pressure. Okay, and which line and we in which region. Okay, sorry, in which region, how the line can be represented by. Okay, and how enthalpy and entropy relation can be derived, like if there is isentropic. So in TS diagram there is a vertical line. So how can we use the entropy equation? Okay, this if this is state 1 and this is state 2, so how can we write a entropy balance? Okay, and from that how can we find the properties? Okay, and another last assumption that I have made is, you know, the first law of thermodynamics, application of first law. Okay, that for any open system, if some enthalpy is entering and some work is given, and at the outlet some enthalpy is outlet, so how to write the equation for first law of thermodynamics, you know very well. Okay, and another thing, how to use the steam table. Okay, I hope you know this very well. So let's start. But before we start, as usual, non-technical question. Okay, for your preparation of SSC, JEE, and all other exams also that you are preparing for. So this question is asked in SSC, JEE 2017. Okay, that means last to last year, because till now, at the time when I am recording, SSC, JEE 2018 mains exam conducted. Okay, so the first, and today there is a two question. Okay, so first question is, which article of Constitution of India ensures the freedom of the press? Option A, Article 15. Option B, Article 17. Option C, Article 19. Option D, Article 21. Okay, you have to answer me in the comment box. And second question is, who was the first Tirthankar of Jainism? Option A, Mahavir Swami. Option B, Ajit Nath. Option C, Rishabh Dev. And option D, Parshvanath. Okay, so you have to give me answer of this both question in my comment section. Okay, I'm waiting for your answers, and let's start the mega question. This is 35 marks question. Okay, here 15 marks is not. This is 15 marks assigned for upper question. Okay, so the question is, and one more thing, in yesterday's lecture I have again solved. I have one solved combined cycle plant. Okay, I one also solved that question, but that combined cycle plant was gas turbine and steam turbine cycle. Okay, and yesterday's lecture I have told you that today we will solve one theoretical question. Okay, but that theoretical question I have already solved in another question that has been asked in engineering service prelims exam. Okay, so I have provided link in the description box, as well as that I button also, you can check it out, both this thing. Okay, so I request you, all of you, to check it out that video. Okay, so let's start. And today we will solve another question of combined cycle power plant, but this is binary vapor, both are the steam turbine cycle. Okay, okay, both working on the Rankine cycle, but in one fluid is mercury and another thing, that is fluid is water. Okay, so the question is, a combined cycle plant operate with a mercury steam cycles, and the mercury is superimposed over the steam cycle. Okay, that means if I draw the cycle, this question in 2 pages. So if I draw the basic cycle like this is the steam mercury cycle and H2O cycle, steam cycle. So what we can say that mercury cycle is a topping cycle and H2O cycle is bottoming cycle. Okay, that means whatever the amount of heat rejected by mercury in condenser, that is used to heat the water in boiler. Okay, so and the cycle operating in the steam cycle operating between the boiler outlet condition of 40 bar and 400 degrees Celsius. That means the water cycle has a boiler pressure 40 bar and 400 degrees Celsius, and at that point enthalpy and entropy given to us, and condenser temperature of 40 degrees Celsius. That means if I draw the cycle diagram, okay, TS diagram, I will draw the TS diagram for the both the cycle. Okay, so you can easily understand. So let's start. Okay, so this is the TS diagram, and this is the phase diagram, and here, okay, this is the cycle, and this is cycle for H2O. Okay, and this is the cycle for mercury. Okay, this is mercury cycle. So all the points, you know, the I hope you know the basic all processes. This is point number one. This is exit of the boiler. Okay, steam is superheated. This is the second point. After expansion from turbine, so you will get the work turbine work. Okay, from H2O cycle, and there is, after that there is a condensation in condenser. So there is some heat is rejected, and there is 3 to 4, that is a pump work. Okay, and 4 to 1 again heat supplied. And here as the same, I will write as a small ABCD, all the coordinates same as the steam cycle. A to B, that is we will get the work from turbine of mercury, and A to D, okay, there is a heat supply, and C to D, there is a pump work, mercury pump work, and B to C is a heat rejection, and that heat is supplied to steam. Okay, but question has some twist. What is the twist is the condenser temperature is 40 degrees Celsius. That means this boiler pressure is 40 bar. Okay, this is the temperature coordinate, so I have taken with other color. Okay, so that's why to indicate pressure, and this is the 40 degree. So when you find from the steam table, there is corresponding 40 degree, the saturation pressure is 0.074, that is 0.074 bar. Okay, and the mercury pressure is given as 10 bar, and condenser pressure is given as 0.2 bar mercury. Okay, now the main line, the heat released by the mercury condensing at 1.2 bar is used to impart the latent heat of vaporization of water in steam cycle. That means whatever heat, okay, this is the main statement, this is the heart of the question, latent heat rejected by the mercury is used to rise the latent heat or latent heat of water. Okay, so here I can write as a point A, and this is the point B. So this is the latent heat, this much amount of latent heat that we have to give to rise the to change the phase, not rise the temperature, to change the phase from liquid to vapor at 40 bar. Okay, so whatever amount of latent heat, so how we can write this latent heat as mass flow rate of mercury into enthalpy at B minus enthalpy at C, okay, is equal to mass of water into HA minus HB. Okay, why not H1 minus H4? Total heat supplied to convert the water into the steam, that is 1 to 4, okay, or 4 to 1, this much amount of 4 to 1, okay, this much amount of total heat is given, but from that the vaporization part or latent heat, it is given by the mercury, and other remaining part, the heat that we have to supply from external source, okay, by burning the fuel. So this is the equation, so give it the equation number 1. Okay, the mercury turbine receives the mercury as a saturated vapor at 10 bar. Okay, so I have shown here, this is the 10 bar, and at point A mercury is in a saturated vapor state, so that's why I have touched here, not taken in the superheated region. Okay, so that's, so here it is a entering point of turbine, or you can say that exit point of boiler. Okay, so what you have to find is calculate the mass of mercury circulated per unit mass of water, that means mass flow rate of Hg upon mass flow rate of water, what this is, and what the efficiency of this binary cycle, these two. So how to approach this question? So my approach is, and this is what I'm following in all the steam power or vapor power cycle, that is find the enthalpy at all the points. Okay, that is the one best option, that is find enthalpy at all points. So here what are the all points means, that is small a, small b, small c, small d, point number 1, point number 2, point number 3, point number 4, point number b, and point number a. That means here total 10 points we have to find enthalpy. So now you have a question, why we have to find all this, why not only limited we can find then solve the answer? Why? The reason is, first of all you have to find the mass flow rate of Hg upon mass flow rate of water, you have to find the mass flow ratio. Okay, and that for this ratio we have given this condition. So latent heat supplied by the mercury is received as a latent heat of water, so you will require Hb, Hc, H and Hb. So that means Hb and Hc, okay, this is utilized, and H and Hb is also utilized. Now you have to find the sorry, you have to find efficiency. So efficiency is written as output upon input. Okay, so what is the output? So we will get the output from this two turbine, mercury as well as the water. Okay, so apply first law of thermodynamics, so you will get turbine work as a Ha minus Hb, and turbine work from steam power cycle as is H1 minus H2, so this also you need. Okay, now there is pump work also required, because if there is in question, it is specifically written as neglect the pump work then and only, and this is the question is 35 marks. Okay, so that's why it's important to find turbine work, and for that purpose specific volume is given to us. Okay, so for finding that this turbine work, sorry, pump work, we will require the C and 4 and D and 3 point enthalpy. Okay, so this is the reason I'm telling you to find enthalpy at all the points. Okay, now again I am telling you, I have taken assumption that you know the very well how to see the steam table and how to locate the properties, and how can we find the enthalpy values. For example, at point A it is a 10 bar and it is a saturated vapor. So here in mercury table, go to 10 bar, and the enthalpy Hg, okay, it is a vapor, is 363 and it is kilojoule per kg of mercury. Okay, this is how we can locate. So let's start finding enthalpies one by one. So enthalpy at point A, okay, it is in the steam from the mercury table. It is 363 kilojoule per kg of mercury. Okay, so just I will box it into the red. Okay, final enthalpy. Now to find the enthalpy at point B, you can see this is isentropic process and it is in liquid plus vapor region. Okay, so how much dryness fraction? First we have to find that. So dryness fraction, we can say that isentropic process, it is the entropy at point A and point B is same. Okay, so from this mercury table, okay, you can see this value. If you want to that if you are doing simultaneously, then I request you first take the screenshot of this question. Okay, i'm zoom I'm zooming for you. Okay, just take the screenshot and then start solving. Okay, this is SA is equal to 0.1517 and entropy at point B is given by entropy of fluid and in liquid vapor region. How can we write the entropy? Entropy of fluid in B region into dryness fraction into entropy of SFG. SFG is difference between SG minus SF. Okay, I assume you know the meaning of SF and SG. The SF means entropy of the fluid and SG means entropy of vapor. So when you solve this, 0.5167 is equal to liquid and entropy 0.0967 and this point is at a point 2 bar of mercury. So take the entropy value from zero point 0.2 bar raw. Okay, otherwise you will get the wrong answer. So when you solve this, you will get the dryness fraction as 0.77 or 0.775. Okay, so enthalpy at the B point, similarly HF plus X times Hg minus Hf, or you can say that HFG. So when you solve this, it is 38.35 plus 0.755 into Hg. Hg value is 336.55. This all this value you have to see from mercury table. Okay, not steam table. And some of you might thinking that how I'm writing this value very quickly. So I have taken the values. Okay, sorry for interruption. One second. Sorry for interruption. That is some important work. So I have written this value on separate page. Okay, so that's why I can write quickly this value. So as earlier I have told you, just take the screenshot. Okay, so when you solve this, you will have enthalpy at point 2 is 269.51 kilojoule per kg. Okay, enthalpy at B point, just boxes into the red, so it will easily get highlighted when we solve this efficiency. Enthalpy at point C, that means it is at a condenser pressure and it is saturated liquid phase, so directly we can say that 38.35 kilojoule per kg of mercury. Now enthalpy at D, it is Hc plus pump work, or pump work is given as VdP. Why VdP not PdV? That means it is liquid phase is not changing, so specific volume will remain same, but pump is used to increase the pressure from 0.2 bar to 10 bar of mercury. Okay, so when you solve this, Hc is equal to 38.35 plus specific volume, that is 77.4 into 10 raised to minus 4 multiply by pressure difference, that is 10 minus 0.2. Okay, this is, sorry, this is at 10 raised to minus 6. Okay, and this is in bar, 10 bar. So when you convert into kilojoule, so you have to multiply with, sorry, not kilojoule, kilopascal. Okay, when you convert into the kilopascal, you have to multiply with 100. So when you solve this, you will get 38.42 kilojoule per kg. This is H at point D, enthalpy at point T. So till now we have enthalpy at 4 points. Now next we will solve for water cycle. Okay, water as a working fluid. So H1, that means entry point of the turbine, okay, or exit point of boiler, you can say that, it is given as 3215.7 kilojoule per kg of water. Okay, so just boxes into the red. Now again 1 to 2 expansion is isentropic expansion, so entropy will be same. Okay, so entropy at point 1 is equal to entropy of fluid at second point. Why we are finding this? To find out the exit condition of the turbine, how much dryness fraction is there, is there dryness fraction exist or not. If there is nothing, okay, if the exit condition of turbine is dry and saturated, then there is no need to find, but here nothing is mentioned, so we have to find. Okay, times SFG at point 2. So entropy at point 1 is 6.713 is equal to 0.572 plus x times, you have to take the difference. Okay, so when you take the difference, it is 7.686. So just solve this, you will find x2 as a 0.8. Okay, just put in the equation of enthalpy, H2 is equal to HF at point 2 plus x into HFG, sorry, yes, HFG, or you can say that Hg minus HF. So this is 167.5 plus 0.8 times 2574 2574.4 minus 1607.5. Okay, so when you solve this, you have value of enthalpy at point 2 is 2093.02 kilojoule per kg. Okay, next it is enthalpy of the fluid. Okay, at condenser pressure H3, it is given to us, and it is same as 167.5 kilojoule per kg. Okay, now find the enthalpy of point 4. Point 4 is given as H3 plus pump work is VDP. Okay, and it is 167.5 plus specific volume is given 0.001. Just look into steam table. Okay, it is given, and one for HA and HB, that means these are the 2 points you require separately steam table, otherwise all the data is given in steam table of question. Okay, the table that you have to given in question, all the data you can find, but uh, except two data, that means at 40 bar enthalpy of saturated liquid and enthalpy of saturated vapor. So for that you have to use separate steam table or detailed steam table. Okay, that T minus 0.074. And as I told you, this is in bar. So when you convert into kilopascal, so you have to multiply with 10 raised to 2. So when you solve this, you have 171.5 kilojoule per kg. Okay, sorry, this is in red because this is the final answer. Not final, that means enthalpy answer. So mark it into the red so that at the time of efficiency calculation we can easily find all this. Now just look back into the diagram here. This A and B are at 40 bar line, and A point is on the saturated vapor curve and B point is saturated liquid curve. Okay, so HA is simply the enthalpy value at 40 bar of saturated vapor. So from steam table you can find it is as 2800.3 kilojoule per kg. Okay, second HB, that means enthalpy of water at 40 bar and as a saturated liquid, it is 1087.4 kilojoule per kg. Now our work for this 35 marks numerical is almost 70% solved. Okay, just by finding enthalpy. Now just look at the equation 1. What it says, this latent heat of mercury is given to latent heat of water. Okay, this one equation, and we have to find the ratio of mass flow rate of both this fluid. So we have enthalpy value of all this point. So just put the value. Okay, so mass flow rate of mercury into value. I'm just directly writing the values. Okay, hope you noted somewhere all the value is equal to mass of H2O, mass flow rate of H2O into 2800.3 minus 1087.4. Okay, so just put the value. So you will find mass flow rate of mercury upon mass flow rate of water as 7.41. So this is the first answer that you require. Okay, now the second thing is efficiency. So as I told you, efficiency is written as for anything, output upon input. For any mechanical device or anything in the world, efficiency is output upon input. Output is what we are getting work from turbine, mercury turbine, and we are getting work from steam turbine also. And what we are given energy as input, that means heat supplied to mercury boiler and the heat sensible heat supplied, Q sensible heat supplied to water, because water is initially at liquid stage, it is converted, it is going to 40 bar, and at the saturation temperature is 250 degree. Actually from steam table you can find. So from initial temperature, after pumping it will first converted into saturation temperature at 40 bar, then the latent heat is given by the mercury. Okay, but the our inlet condition of steam is 400 degrees Celsius, that means superheating. Okay, so these two phases, this phase and this phase is energy is given by separately by burning the fuel. So just find all this for this value. Okay, just find for these four values. that is written in question. Okay, so let's start. So first thing is heat supply given to mercury turbine. Okay, and hope you know the how to apply first law of thermodynamics according as across the different open system cycle. Okay, or sorry, open system devices like boiler, turbine, pump, condenser, these all are open system. So I assume that you know very well how to apply this equation. So when you solve this 38.42, and we have to multiply of mass of mercury because this enthalpy value are given as kilojoule per kg. So you have to multiply with mass flow of Hg. So when you solve this, you have mass flow of Hg into 324.58. One thing that I forget, that is turbine work from mercury, but there is pump work also. So pump work for mercury is subtracted, as well as pump work for steam is also subtracted. Okay, because that much power is again taken from this power output. Okay, so this is heat supplied. Okay, now we will find additional heat supply. Okay, that sensible heat given to water. So sensible heat given to water is H1 minus HA. Just see the diagram and go back and see the diagram, and HB minus H4. So when you put all the enthalpy values, you will find as a 415.4 plus 913.9. Sorry, I have taken, okay, this is like 913.9 plus 415.4. Okay, next is turbine work of mercury. It is mass flow of mercury into HA minus HB. Okay, so when you put all the enthalpy value, you will find as 93.5 into mercury kilojoule. Okay, pump work for mercury, it is given as when you put all this value again here, we have already find out this VDP, that is pump work. Okay, so this is pump work is given as 0.07. Okay, 0.07 multiplied by mass flow of mercury. Next, turbine work for water, that means mass flow rate of the water into enthalpy difference H1 minus H2. So when you put value, okay, so you will get mass of water into 1122.68, and pump work for water is mass flow of water into 4. Okay, we have already found. Okay, so just go back and look the enthalpy value when we have found enthalpy at 4 and enthalpy at D. Okay, now we have all the values, just put it into efficiency equation. When you put this mass flow of water, sorry, mass flow of Hg, this is the turbine work. Okay, 93.5, then mass of water into enthalpy value 1122.68 minus pump work for mercury, it is 0.07 minus pump work for steam, okay, or water, it is 4, okay, upon heat supplied. The heat supplied is mass flow rate of mercury into 324.58, 324.58, and the additional heat, sensible heat supplied to the water is 415.4 plus 915.9. Now, and this is mass into mass of water, we have to multiply it also. So when you solve this, just now we have the ratio of mass flow of Hg upon mass flow of H2O as 7.41, okay. So when you take out the mass of H2 as a common, so mass of Hg upon mass of H2O and just minus this value, so you will get 93.43 plus 1118.68. So just subtract this from this, okay, upon this ratio again, mass of Hg upon mass of water and 324.58 plus this value 415.4 plus 915.9. Why I'm writing this separately, because one is supplied to superheat the steam, this 915.9, and 415.4 kilojoule per kg of steam that is supplied to as a sensible heat, okay, to convert from liquid to vapor, okay, not liquid to vapor, but as a 40 degree, okay, at 40 bar and 40 degree to 40 bar and 250 degree, okay. So just we can find out the enthalpy, and we have the ratio value 7.41. So when you put this, so we have 7.41 into 93.43 plus 1118.68 divided by 7.41 into 324.58 plus 415.4 plus 913.9, okay. So when you solve this in your calculator, you will get efficiency as 48.46%, and this is the final answer, okay. So this is how we can solve easily this 35 marks question. So don't get afraid from marks, okay. When you know the basics, you can solve any question, okay. Hope you guys like this. If you have still any doubt, just go back and draw the diagram simultaneously in a page, okay, this diagram, okay, and try to solve one time, okay, with yourself. This is the water and this is the mercury cycle, okay. So try to solve with yourself once, then and only you will get a clear idea. Still you have any doubt, then you can ask me in the comment section also, okay. We will solve your query in the upcoming videos, okay, and share with your friends also so that they will also get benefit. Till then, keep studying, stay focused.